Hi, disclaimer, my thoughts and opinions. There is a lot of factual evidence in this one, I'm afraid, because it's something that I have actually researched. I don't usually do that, right? But these are my thoughts and opinions on the information that's out there. Don't shoot the messenger. And also I swear, and I'm going to swear because I can't stand them. All right. I've done a few videos before on Kate and Jerry McCann and missing Madeleine, and here I am again. This is about Kate and Jerry McCann and the missing Madeleine, the girl who thought she was Madeleine, or the girl who was paid to pretend she thought she was Madeleine. I don't give a shit. Bless her. If she's legit, bless her. And mainly the bullshit, the utter bullshit that comes out of the mainstream media. Now, Kate and Jerry McCann are poster children for the bullshit that comes out of the mainstream media, because since that girl died, in my opinion, since that girl, and what all the Portuguese, if you read the Portuguese police files, that's what all the evidence points to. There was no evidence of an abduction. No evidence of an abduction. That's the actual police investigation. Kate and Jerry said that the window shutters had been jemmied open, hadn't been touched, only fingerprints on them, Kate McCann's. She said she walked in the room, window was open, swoosh, the window was shut. There was no evidence of a break-in, no evidence of any kind of abduction whatsoever, right? My personal opinion, also the opinion of the police who investigated it. The opinion of the cadaver dogs found evidence of a dead body in the apartment. There is no evidence that anybody ever died in that apartment, and yet sniffer dogs found it. Sniffer dogs found evidence on Kate's clothes, on the car they were renting. There is humongous amounts of evidence that that child is dead. And do you know what I think is the biggest telling factor? Kate and Jerry McCann. Once, and it's in Kate's book, it's not me making shit up just to have a go at the poor people. She said, now you put yourself, right, in the position of a parent that's lost a child. God for fucking bed, I don't know how I'd cope. You would see me genuinely go, whoa. I wouldn't be stood there fucking cuddling a teddy bear. A teddy bear, right, that she hung on to after she'd put it through the washing machine. Why would you put your child's teddy through the washing machine? You'd be smelling it. You'd be picking up every scent. There might be one of her hairs on it. You would literally have your face buried in that to get the scent of your child. She stuck it through the fucking washing machine. Enough said on that, in my personal opinion. But in her book, she said she turned to her husband when they're sitting there. For all they know, she's having ice cream with some little old lady in a fucking cafe. Do you know what I mean? Just some woman who'd lost a child, and she looked just like her child. So she's like, oh, I'm just gonna take her. I've noticed that they've gone out for the night. It's, again, not my personal opinion, fact. They've gone out for the night. The child's left unattended. I'll just pop in and nick her. You know what I mean? And love her as my own, because they couldn't even be asked to spend 10 quid for a babysitter. I'd treat her better than that. I'm going to look after this child. That is what I'd be hoping for my child. Not Kate McCann. She couldn't get out of her head the image of Madeleine's perfect little genitals torn apart. Who the fuck thinks that? Who the fuck, when literally their child isn't there and they can imagine everything, they can put that child in a golden bubble to keep them safe. They can protect their own head so that they can block out the absolute worst case scenario. And it's like, no, she's just with a little old lady. She just wandered off. No, she imagined a perfect little genitals torn apart. And that, and also, why, who thinks that? I never think of my children's genitals. That's fucking sick for a start off, right? Torn apart. If you've not seen genitals torn apart, how the fuck do you... I can't imagine torn apart genitals. I can't get, especially not fixating on that image. I can't fathom that image, let alone be able to see it in my mind's eye so clearly that I can't wipe it away without seeing it. Do you know what I mean? And she said to Jerry, and he agreed with her. Yes, I also can't get the image out of my head of our daughter's perfect little genitals torn apart. How? How can you not get it out of you? Why? What are the chances that the pair of you are thinking about your missing child's genitals? No, mate, she's dead. They know who killed her. End of. Whether she was pimped out for a party that went wrong, like whether it was some kind of satanic ritual went wrong, whether it was just straight up paedophilia, right? Let's not forget, they were on holiday. The Gasper statements, look them up. Their friends saw Kate and Jerry's friend. Fucking hell, I can't remember his name now. Oh, that's good. I'm forgetting it. That's cool. Turned to Jerry and said, of Madeleine, would she do this? Tell me they ain't pedos. Now this, Leicester fucking Mercury, mate, like the whole of the British media completely omits all of this. Cadaver dogs, nah, bullshit. I know, we're fucking clutching at straws here, right? Let's blame some bloke who raped a pensioner for killing a kid. Ties in, right? There was some fucking Ethiopian-looking dude at the beginning. That like, they just pin it on anybody, right? Now, today, this Julia lass, she's been disproved. Now, Kate and Jerry didn't even reach out, didn't even want to speak to her. Now, if they had any idea that that child was still alive, if I was desperately hoping, first thing I would have done would get that girl on the phone. Tell me what you know. Let's video chat. Even if you couldn't be asked to get on the plane and go and meet the lass, video chat her. That's the first fucking thing I would want to know. Kate and Jerry, no. Why not? Because they knew for a fact she's not Madeleine McCann, because they know where they fucking put the body. In my personal opinion. Right? Anyways, typical, right, like the news over all of these years. Right? It's been Kate and Jerry suffer fresh anguish, fresh torment. Everything's always fresh. Everything apart from Madeleine. Sorry. Right? It's like fresh torment, fresh anguish. All these heinous lies of Gonzalo Amaral. Heinous lies. It's like, no, mate, you're heinously lying. The only people lying about Kate and Jerry McCann are the British media, Kate and Jerry McCann, and their mates. Do you know what I mean? Portuguese police had it right. They're still fucking suspects. They have nobody else on their suspect list but Kate and Jerry McCann. It's the German police that got Christian Bruckner in the fucking frame. Anyway, calm down. Bring it in, Kez. Bring it in. Right. So, this whole thing today, Kate and Jerry McCann issue statement after DNA test on woman claiming to be their missing daughter, Madeleine McCann. It's like, oh, let's see what they've got to say. But no, because the British media fucking lies, left, right and centre. They've not said shit, right? So let's get to it's like, blah, 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 ooh, waffle, waffle, waffle. Feel sorry for these bastards, right? And then it's like, oh no, turned out, little girl, little Julia, 100% Polish, right? Then it's like, so Kate and Jerry have remained silent throughout Julia's campaign to prove her true self, but have now issued a statement. Go on, Kate. Go on, Jerry. Shall we hear what Kate and Jerry McCann have to say about this person that could be their missing child? Responding to questions online, representatives for the Rothley couple, because obviously they're so fucking busy, insisted there was nothing to report. They said, there isn't anything to report at this time. If and when there is, it will come from the Metropolitan Police. So the article stated, titled, Kate and Jerry McCann issue statement, is people talking on behalf of Kate and Jerry McCann don't say anything. Say there's nothing to say. That's not Kate and Jerry McCann issuing a statement. That's Kate and Jerry McCann staying the fuck out of it. Concerned parents. I bet she can't even look at that fucking teddy bear now, because she knows what she washed off it. So, yeah. This is just... Oh, no, I get this. Somewhere weaved in there. Where is it? It's weaved in there. That's where it is. Come on. Come on. Where is it? It's in there somewhere. Excuse me a moment, just talk amongst yourselves. Can't whistle. Well, obviously I can, but shittily. It's in there. There we go. Julia has since travelled back to Poland. It's just one fucking tiny bit. Julia has since returned back to Poland. Investigations into Madeleine's disappearance are ongoing, with the case reportedly receiving further funding from the Home Office last week. So, has this Julia been brought out so that there isn't that... Because every year they refund this case. And every year people say, why? Why? Why are you funding this? Now, in my personal opinion, obviously, the reason that they keep funding this is because whilst they're funding this case, it's an active investigation. And whilst it's an active investigation, people can't put in freedom of information requests, and we will never find out what the fuck they're covering up. The good old British justice system. Protect them. Now, let's not forget, for those who don't know, whilst everybody else, like locals, police, were out looking for Madeleine McCann when she'd gone off, when she'd been abducted, no evidence of that, remember. What did Jerry McCann do? He spent the night on the phone to Gordon Brown. Spent the night on the phone to his Masonic buddies. That's what he did rather than look for his child, because he knew exactly where she was. Exactly where she was. This is literally, it's gone on for too long. And literally, if this comes down, they come down. And they can't be coming down. Well, they'd throw them to the wolves. They'd they'd throw Kate and Jerry to the wolves. They'd make them scapegoats, because this goes up way fucking higher. This is what dirty people, dirty rich people do to get their fucking kicks. And it doesn't even register with us, because we're good people. They ain't. Kate and Jerry, they're protected. They're protected, but they're not there. They're not that fucking important. And trust me, one fucking sniff of the truth coming out, you're gone. They will drop you like a ton of hot shitty bricks. I hope you're fucking proud of yourself. And I hope one day your kids read the fucking Portuguese police reports, because it won't go well. But I do apologise. But obviously there's not that many people who actually talk about the truth of this case. It's all this bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's all media lies, propaganda and lies to protect wealthy bastards who like to fiddle with fucking kids. Apologise again. My thoughts and opinions. There are people, bad people in this world that like to fiddle with kids. I'm sorry, but it needs fucking saying, because they get protected by, like, for example, just before I go, let's mention Brenda Leyland. Is that the name? Is it Brenda? She was outed publicly for slagging him off. She lived couple of villages away from them. And some bloke from Sky News turned up on her doorstep and chased her into a car, asking her, like, why are you so vile, saying all these. All she was doing was pointing out what I'm pointing out, the facts that are in the Portuguese police report that proves them guilty, right? And so it was a big thing, because it's like, no, we need people to not be, we need people to be afraid to fucking take the McCanns on. So what we'll do, we'll bring Brenda Lader in. We'll say she was fucking harassed so bad she killed herself. She killed herself with fucking balloon gas, with fucking helium, apparently, in the same hotel that they used to shut down the fucking swimming pool for, so that Greville Janner could entertain rent boys. Stinks to the fucking high heavens, and I'm sorry, but kids deserve more than fucking lying bloody mainstream media just sweeping shit under the rug. I'm sorry, but when do we get to put fucking kids first? # justice for Madeleine. Eventually, take the fuckers down.